Greetings gamers, Kevin and Kyle here with another Let's Play, and tonight we're doing Mario Kart 8 again. Why? Because there's another DLC pack out, and with that DLC pack, it gave us two new cups, the Bell Cup and the Crossing Cup. I believe the Bell Cup is a new modification to old previous tracks from other Mario Karts, and the the Crossing Cup is for Animal Crossing, which I'm not a big fan or understand anything about, but we're going to see how they incorporate that in the racetrack. So, this is actually Kyle's first time on Mario Kart 8, so are you excited? What do you think about it, Kyle? I'm going to get us set up here.
I'm so thrilled, yeah. It should be fun. Never played it. It'll probably be terrible, but it's all good fun.
When's the last Mario Kart you played?
64. I was never that good at that.
That's a great one.
I was good at the Super Nintendo one.
That's definitely a great one. Alright, we'll have to do multiplayer. And we'll do a Grand Prix. And we'll do right in the middle, 100C. Sounds good. And you just got to hit A to join. And I just stick and keep it simple with Mario. That's the way I like to roll.
Oh, you can pick colors. That's cool.
Man, you can pick which kind of Shy Guy you want.
Well, we'll go with classic.
And now, since you're not familiar with these newer ones, you got to pick things that actually change how the vehicle acts. If you hit the plus sign, the start button,
okay,
it'll show you the speed, weight, acceleration. You can alter it with your choices.
Gotcha.
So whatever you're more comfortable with. Some people like to emphasize speed or acceleration. I like to keep mine fairly well rounded. I mean, I got mine set actually kind of as much speed as I could get out of Mario.
So a standard kart and standard.
Yeah, that's kind of a safe all-around route. In my opinion, I really have no clue what those hang gliding parachute
things do.
It's like
a Zelda one.
Yeah, they're kind of more like eye candy than they are anything that adds to it, at least from my experience with the game. I don't know why people really change that other than for aesthetics. There might be more to it, but for the way I drive, I just worry about the vehicle and the tires pretty much, and that is just an afterthought to me. So, I mean, when you go picking those, there's a lot of different choices.
There's a big difference, but I think if you're a super master at this game,
yeah, you would probably
then it
know
would
the
make
tweaks.
a difference.
But since this is a casual play to show off cups, it's not as crucial, we'll say.
Alright.
But pretty much the big difference you'd want to decide is if you want a kart or a motorcycle. That's the big change, I'd say. And when you're all ready, we can start her up. I guess we'll start off with the Crossing Cup. And how much do you know about Animal Crossing? Because I'm pretty minimal.
Below minimal.
I just know just enough, just because my wife's a big fan of the game. And
other than the title, that's it.
Yeah, no. All I know is you're like some village people, and some raccoon like runs the town, and you gotta be his friend or something. No clue. Yeah, this is a GameCube one. This one's kind of a cop-out, I can see, because this is a real short track. This is literally just a big loop. So, but it's got more laps, I think. Your gas is A.
Okay.
And it's like the old one. If you can get it right at the right time in the middle, then you'll get the boost. Yep, you just got it. Good job. I believe your top R is your jump. Kind of like in the Super Nintendo and N64 ones.
Can you do the power slide like Super 4 had?
Yeah. You can do the same power slide. And when you waggle it, see it'll change color. Now to actual throw items, I think it's your left trigger after you get one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the speed boost and the power slide is really the key, as long as you don't get too many people ganging up again in this game.
First thing that comes to mind is like, don't fix it if it ain't broke.
Yeah. I will say that they evolved Mario Kart pretty well. They didn't muck it up by adding too much to it.
As far as it's come, I still know, the mushroom gives you a little boost.
Yep.
The red shell is like a homing missile.
They keep most of the same logic. Now,
how do you power slide?
Power slide is when you jump and you hold it. Hold the jump button while you're like doing, and then you can waggle your back and forth on the analog. And then it'll kind of gain speed, or it starts changing the color of the spark when you're going. Once you hit the red spark, then I usually let go. And another addition that I can relate to from Crash Team Racing is you got coins in this one. So the coins will add to like your overall speed, I think. So you want to make sure to have full coins if you can. You can hold up to 10. And then Crash Team Racing, it was Wumpa Fruit you'd collect. So if you had like 10 Wumpa Fruit, it'd be like at your top speed or something. Now Mario Kart is just that game that is, I think it's one of those games that is friendly for anybody.
So if you're running straight into a wall, what do you do to like avoid it real quick? Do you power slide or do you brake? Or
I try to power slide just because braking, I don't know, I play a lot of racing games and I say you don't need no stinking brakes.
Do you power slide with the accelerator or just...
Yeah. I accelerate and power slide into it.
At the same time?
I almost never let go of the accelerator in any racing game. Except for like Gran Turismo when I learned I'm only good at arcade racing games.
Well, you did something right. You got first.
Yeah. Well, this is one of the few franchises that I avidly keep up with other than like Zelda and the other ones. Mario Kart I'm a pretty big fan. I've always liked it ever since the Super Nintendo one, and they really haven't made a bad one.
Did you beat the Super Nintendo, the Turbo Cup or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
It's like 120cc or something?
Yep, I did everything on there. I had all the trophies and stuff, I remember. It was tough, especially that Rainbow Road.
It is tough, yeah.
To this day, I think the Super Nintendo one's probably the hardest out of all.
That last episode, yeah,
yep.
For sure.
That is tough, because there's no guardrails on the Rainbow Road. It's slaughter. I don't hold it.
So now with the moped, can you choose that with anybody or just certain people like Mario can do it?
No, you can set any vehicle on anybody, but I'll tell you, my experience with the game is, it's like, what do you like? The best all-around is a kart. I mean, that's the good all-rounder vehicle. They have like ATVs you can have, which are four-wheeler motorcycles. Those are if you have better off-roading, so you don't lose speed if you're off the track a lot the way you race. But overall they're a little bit slower. You just keep your speed on off-road situations. And the motorcycle is good for like acceleration and handling. In my opinion, it's really sharp. Like I like sharp turns. That's why it's ironic they call it Mario Kart. And ever since they introduced motorcycles, I haven't used the kart since. So. It's kind of takes away from it a little bit, but it's still a fun game.
And if you guys look at me, this is why you get a designated driver.
Come on, you got that star you're like staring at. That would just like, you could cook for everybody with that.
This is hilarious. Yeah. This is hilariously bad. It's great. As far as the way I'm playing. The game's great.
Well, it's just got that friendly feel to it.
Well, it's funny. They can watch you kick ass, or they can watch me be drunk and try stupidly.
Alright, so they just focus on which side of the screen they want to deal with.
They got the best of both worlds. I mean,
you can't go wrong with that. That's got to please the crowd.
Right. Someone beat it, or someone do better. Those bananas are classic. I remember you could throw them in Super Nintendo.
Yeah, if you hold forward and hit the button, you can throw them in this one also.
See, some things never change.
Yeah, no, this one's pretty consistent. Everything you could do for the most part in the old one, you can do in this one. I can't really think of anything that changed that. It's not through behind me. Red Shell City, and you can also hold it behind you for somebody that attacks like you with a red shell. Hold like a banana or green shell behind you, don't forget. Now this stuff I can't stand when they throw the oil on your screen. Or
that's what
ink.
that is.
Yeah. That's
a new
that's a
hazard shit.
Yeah, that came around maybe in the GameCube era. Or the Wii one. Might be GameCube where they started that BS.
Chain chomps are pretty big.
Now, another thing I might forget to tell you is you want to jump a lot, like when you're off ramps, because you get a little boost on your landing. So like say, like right here where there's this ramp, I want to jump off of it, so when I land I get a boost. It's usually how it works.
And I think what always happened that made me good at the game was knowing the track.
Yeah, no, that's a big part of it.
You know, because when you don't know, the thing is, like, they don't have, like, a track that's on the top of the screen.
Oh, on the screen, I see. So you don't know, see what's coming up.
Yeah.
There might be a way to turn that on. I don't know how it is.
That was my one question, because it's just memorization.
Third on that one.
Oh, you're slacking, Kevin.
I was.
Should be like me and get 10.
I was too worried about putting a track on the screen for the drunk on the side here, because he needs to know where he's going. Because, if I draw a map for a drunk, that's going to help. As opposed to giving him nothing and let him wander his way to the end.
Bunch of wavy lines.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, I get this. Oh, there we go.
I did it.
Hey, at least you got to the finish. I think Shy Guy's a little disappointed in your efforts.
Oh, I got last place.
Yeah, Nintendo still gave you some points for it.
Wow.
And yet you're still being Daisy.
They're a little bit too nice. Right? Yes. Koopa Kid.
Right.
Awesome though.
I don't know. This is the Bell Cup or the Crossing Cup, right? Yeah. I didn't really see what's the attachment to Animal Crossing yet. Maybe I think there's one track that revolves around the game.
Oh, this is cool.
This one's all over the place. This looks like there should be some Ewoks or something.
Yeah, Endor.
Yeah, that's it.
The Forest Moon of Endor.
Right. No. That didn't work.
No, I think
I'm horrible at that. Every Mario.
So you can go backwards too, that's cool.
Yeah, if you hold B, I think.
Yeah, that's what it did.
That's that item there that you just got with like the little siren. That's a new addition. That say you're in like first, and you know how there used to be like that first place turtle shell they could throw, and it goes for the guy in first place. Well, to kind of even it out, if the first place guy has that, and even if that shell's coming at you, if you hit that bell in time when you see the shell, it'll destroy the shell so it don't hurt you.
I always thought that was a lame power up, like just because the guy's better than everyone else.
Let's keep dogging him in first.
The jealous shell.
Yeah, the jealous shell. That's a good way to put it. Good way to put it. Nice.
He's just more sober than you. I mean,
that's one way to look at it. Now, if he's trash and he's beating you, I don't know what to tell you.
Then
he's just meant for the game, or you're that bad.
Yes. Right. This is cool. I like the jungle deal's really neat.
Yeah,
this one's a lot easier than the last one too, actually.
Seems a little familiar.
At least playing it the first time through.
Now, if the N64 one was your last one, you said what was your favorite cup and tracks on that one?
I was horrible in that game too, though.
Well, you're consistent, Kyle.
Yeah.
That's what we like about it.
I ended up getting it later on, but I never really did anything.
Yeah.
I never even beat like Mario 64. I stopped at like Super Nintendo.
Oh man.
And then I just started collecting the whole NES collection, and that was that.
You're like, oh, I can beat NES games, so I'm gonna stick with this system.
It's just, I don't know. 64 is cool, and I have one box and all that shit. A ton of games, but it's just, I don't know. It doesn't have the same appeal to me as like Super Nintendo. Or
I always felt the problem with the N64 is I always called that one the party console. Because the majority of games to enjoy in that one, you need 4 players, in my opinion.
Yeah, and they have the 4 controller outputs.
Yeah, that's what's great about it. And keep in mind, since that was Nintendo's first one with 4 built into the system, they really wanted to get people excited about it, so they made a lot of great games that were 4 players. Keep in mind, that's where your Mario parties began.
Smash Brothers.
That's where Smash Brothers began.
You had your Mario Kart.
You had your GoldenEye.
You had your GoldenEyes and your Perfect Dark.
You had a lot of awesome wrestling games on the N64.
Yep, Warzone.
Yep, you had
WrestleMania 2000.
Yep. Yeah, it's so... For that system, I hate to say it, but it's like they had really good one-player games, because they did have some RPGs that were decent. Like, I want to say maybe Quest 64 was alright, and Doom 64.
I had Quest 64. I think it's the only RPG in the whole system. It's basically panned on all fronts, but...
Is it?
I don't know. I'd beat it through, but...
Mario Kart 60. I mean,
just
Mario...
Just play Final Fantasy games. Play Chrono Trigger.
Call it a day.
Play Secret of Mana. Do yourself a favor.
I think I was more thinking of Super Mario 64. I don't know why I said Quest 64. Now that's a fun fetch game, right? Where you just get stars.
Yeah, I never beat that one either, but it's really good. I could just never master like the
analog stick on that thing.
I was way too like overexerting.
Oh, I got you. So you'd be like all over. Yeah, it is kind of. It is different than like the GameCube one and stuff like that.
I'd love to play Star Fox 64 though. Star Fox
Fox 64 is one of my favorites, hands down. The N64.
That's the one I'd like.
I really need to do. Have you beaten any Star Foxes?
The SNES one when I was a kid. That's
a good one.
Love that one.
That one is awesome.
I actually have the box for the Star Fox with
show off.
It's a little bigger.
You might need the gas there, junkies. There we go.
I got the gas, all right. Gas is in the bottle.
All right.
All right.
Now this one, this is definitely Animal Crossing, and I only know because my wife plays this. No, I don't play Animal Crossing, but I believe if you hit the trees, apples will fall out, and those are power-ups for you.
Oh, jeez.
Because some part of that game I saw her, I'm like, what are you doing? She like sits there and beats on trees to get items. I'm like, well, this sounds like an exciting game. I'm like, man, there's all these games out there. I got all these games, and
fucking beating on trees.
you choose Animal Crossing, but hey, to each his own. Everybody's got the racket. Bring on the hate Animal Crossing comments on this video.
My thing is, if you grew up with it, then it's like sentimental.
Well, the funny thing is, she didn't grow up with it. It's just a game that she likes games that aren't, I don't know how to put it,
threatening.
Threatening, yes, that is the word. Games that are friendly and nice, and I mean Mario Kart passes, but I mean she isn't big into racing, but she'll play this.
I love that fireball power up, by the way.
Yeah, no, that one's pretty cool.
They still have the lightning bolt. Remember that shit?
Yeah, they shrink everybody. Yes.
Yeah, that's like the rarest of the rare.
No, they make that pretty rare. I don't get that very often. I want to say I was reading probably Game Facts or somewhere. The way that they do the items is what place you're in. They give you higher percentages to get certain ones. Like since if you're like in last place, they're more likely to give you a lightning bolt or a bullet or something that'll really boost you to get up in line. But since if you're like in first, second, or third, they're just going to keep giving you bananas or like green shells and not exactly the cream of the crop items.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Can you still shoot behind you too?
Yep. You can still shoot behind you, just gotta hold it. Ah, stupid Donkey Kong. I will say, I really like the GameCube one because on that one, they had you could have 2 people on a cart at a time. And it's pretty crazy because it was, you could play like 2-player co-op on one cart, and if you both hit the button at the same time, you could switch who's the driver and who's the guy shooting. So it was a crazy, it was Double Dash, that's what it's called.
Oh, I remember that.
That one was really cool. That's probably one of my favorites at the time, definitely.
This course is pretty easy, man.
Well, it's Animal Crossing, it can't be threatening.
Right. It's nice.
We don't want a threatening course.
It's so nice.
Gotta make sure everything's all... Ah, stupid mole. I don't know how I'm going to pass this one. Not doing too well.
Dude, if I'm not in 12...
I'm getting destroyed.
It's easy.
I just got robbed Mario Kart style right at the end. Boom. That's how they do ya. You can be first every lap, but the last lap, no. We're going to kick you all the way back to
A lot of racing games are like that. It puts it in full gear.
Oh, man.
Top Gear style, yeah.
And I lost by 1 point. My favorite way to lose.
Baby Luigi, that's weird. Why?
I don't know why they started putting babies in this game, I guess.
You have so many better characters. You put a baby in.
Well, apparently there's a lot of younger children playing this game, so you better start adding babies because they want to be a baby, right? When I was a kid, that's the character I want, not the big, cool, tough guy. I want to be the baby.
Put Jason Voorhees in there.
Where's that DLC?
Or Goro,
yeah.
You know?
I want to see him drive with 4 hands.
Yeah.
He'd be all over the place.
Throw some shells.
Now here's the other big plus of this game now. You got MKTV, which shows you stumble through the whole course.
Oh, that's funny.
So it's like the highlights of the game. I don't really understand.
I guess if you,
And you
set
can
a record, it'd be cool.
Yeah, and you can save these because you want to like brag to everybody.
Baby World.
Did pretty rough, man.
I hate childish shit though, man. The baby stuff's gotta go.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the baby. Well, I got a nice silver on this one because I'm just silver medaling it up on this course.
I was thinking like 64 too. That started like the really childish type games. Like everything just steamed. Even the Mario 64, like the way he talked and everything is just so like.
You don't like that guy's voice? Some people say that guy's voice is like pouring honey in their ears. No, you're gonna knock that guy's voice.
Maybe Winnie the Pooh or something.
Yeah, exactly. Oh boy. Well, just because you love it so much, we're gonna show them the other cup that came with the DLC. So
right.
Enjoy, Kyle.
Well, we got more vodka, so I think I'll survive.
I'm taking H2O break myself.
So you can pick a Ludwig. That's cool, the Mario 3 people, though. I like
yeah, this one is the first one I believe to have Bowser's kids in it. God knows where Bowser's having all these kids with.
That's a great question.
People always thought it was Princess because Mario's never around her. She's always hanging out in Bowser's castle. So just hit A when you're ready, and we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, she's just been cheating on Mario for like years.
And
that's how it works.
It's gonna be a sad game when we get to that point. Oh, that's what I want, a teddy bear mobile. I think I'll change that. I hate it when there's a new item, they like force it on you. It's like, no, I wanted it back the way it was.
So it gives you stuff. Now, how does that work?
When you progress through the game and you like pass certain stuff, like here's an F-Zero vehicle.
I want the Yoshi one.
Yeah, they give you all these. They give you all these crazy vehicles and stuff, and
so they give you a new one if you play long enough, kind of thing.
Well,
did you get? Something?
It's how you do. Like I got second for the whole cup overall, so I get so many points.
Well, how they do like badges and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Something to add up. So now we're gonna try the Bell Cup, which hopefully is better than the Crossing Cup, because. I'm sorry, I don't really recommend that Crossing Cup. I mean, what was
it's
the one?
It's good for beginners.
Yeah, it's a good.
I got 7th place
on the beginner level. No.
Yeah, and wasted.
So I'm putting more faith in this Bell Cup. We'll see what it's got in store for us. I'm hoping for better tracks, because I did spend my good $12.99 for this or whatever it was. Neo Bowser City. Now this was a 3DS one, so that's why it says 3DS in the corner. Because they made a Mario Kart for the 3DS that had this track, and then they're making it so you can play on a big screen. Heaven forbid find a way to connect the 3DS to a big screen.
Rain's cool.
People want to squint their whole life. Alright. Well. Got some real spacey music. So how would you say about the control on this compared to the older ones that you're playing?
It's great.
Stays consistent, better, worse?
Yeah, the more I concentrate, the better I do. I think that's the problem too. I'm always blabbering.
Yeah.
but we got to make the video good.
Yeah, we got to find a balance in there. People got to understand, flapping your gums and playing is a whole nother racket. Unless it's like a game that you played your whole life.
Soul's really cool though. It has like a Blade Runner feel.
Yeah.
A childish Blade Runner.
Yeah. A non-threatening Blade Runner feel. Because we don't want threats here in the Mario Mushroom Kingdom.
And your wife or your girl may not play with you.
Yeah. You got better odds that way.
That's true.
I haven't found too many ladies that are all about the threatening games.
Oh, so the Lakitu saved your ass. That's cool.
Oh, you gotta do something. It's better than throwing spiked guys at you.
That'd be cool too, though, if there's like a hazard.
That would be cool. You like get Lakitu to attack everybody?
Yeah. Be cool prize. Deal. Come on, I'm falling now. Falling behind.
Yeah, they really designed this that it's pretty much crucial that you have to have the power slide down. Because if you don't power slide in these tracks...
The other guys do them, right?
Yeah, the computer definitely does.
Yeah, look
Besides
at that.
cheats.
No, you're right. That helped me out like super.
And these like... I don't know what they are. These like little vortex things, you want to hit these, surprisingly. I thought you always wanted to avoid them when I first started playing.
How'd you change your like wheels to be all weird and stuff?
That they automatically change when you get to there's like magnetic roads or something.
Oh.
Like if you're doing an anti-gravity type road on the track, it's gonna flip the wheels automatically. It's, George Jetson invested in these vehicles for us.
Yeah, I saw about those widgets and those cogs and those sprockets.
Yep, that's right. What is a sprocket? Why does Spacely make so many of them? This one I don't really care for. It puts the plant on you and keeps giving you a boost, but the plant just does what it wants, and it's kind of annoying while you're trying to drive.
Can you throw away like a prize, or do you have to have it?
That's a good question. I don't think you're stuck with it. You either use it, or if you want to get rid of it, I guess you jump off, but that's not going to be very beneficial for your placement in the race.
So when you fall off the cliff, you lose, though.
Yep.
I just didn't notice.
Yeah.
I've fallen off plenty of times, though.
Well, I did pretty bad on this one.
I did really good. I got 12th place.
You're getting there. And that's another thing that I noticed in this Mario Kart. They or these newer ones, they got way more racers. Remember the old one? You could only have like 8 racers or something on the track.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely added it. They bumped it up to 12. Yeah, that one was just kind of a little bit hard to concentrate on. Really curvy. I mean, all that crazy light stuff. It was like cool looking, but I don't know. A lot of power slide in that one.
I gotta get that down.
Ah, here you go. Ribbon Road.
It's like Toy Story or something.
Yeah, it is.
That was like the boss in Mario World.
Yep.
Bowser was in it?
Yep. Taking a ride. Now it's a Jack in the Box, apparently.
Shrooms.
This is a good Toy Story ripoff. Let's see if we can Maybe we'll bump into Buzz Lightyear or something.
Oh, wrong way.
There we go.
Alright. Let's get serious, folks.
Yeah, we don't want to flop too bad.
Sure we do.
You were doing it for us, and now I'm just joining it for some reason. It's being around, Kyle.
I guess it's infectious.
Yes, it is very infectious.
Infectious grooves. Oh, they got dudes like walking across the...
This one's crazy.
Sort of mecha Koopa dudes. It's all about knowing like what comes ahead of you. And that's really about like old school platformers and shmups too. You just have to know what's coming. That's the funny thing. Like when you give someone a controller, and you've been playing this game for like months.
Yeah.
And you give this person a controller. It's like, of course they're gonna do horrible. Like they don't have no clue what's going on.
Usually.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get surprised.
Yeah, if they've either played it on their own or there's some kind of savant or something.
They're just like,
or they're really sober.
They're like, I saw this in a dream.
But that's the thing that I always noticed as a kid to take advantage of people. Of course they have. Of course they don't know fucking clue what's going on.
Yeah, that's...
How are they supposed to? That's all the fun of it. So you can watch Kevin, who's played this game before, and me, who hasn't.
Yeah. It's definitely two spectrums. But in my own defense, I just tested these cups. Yeah, I'm sitting here like, yeah, I'm going to make sure I get first and everything, because I'm doing that well. I'm not that bad at Mario Kart, but today's a whole nother racket.
I'm not even playing this in your sleep. You can't bear to not play this game. It is pretty awesome, though, I must say. This is great. Did they have an F-Zero in this system?
They had one for GameCube that's insane. Like people talk about being like the most difficult one because you gotta have like lightning reflexes for it because it's so fast. It's like 60 frames per second on the GameCube.
Jesus.
Cooking.
That's cool. I had the one for 64, and of course the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I only had the Super Nintendo one, and I love the Super Nintendo one.
Sure.
And I never played one after it because I just felt like if I want to play F-Zero, I always went back to the Super Nintendo one.
And the Super Nintendo was actually a launch title.
Yeah, no, that's what really made that one. They wanted to show off their Mode 7.
Along with Super R-Type was a launch title, Pilot Wings.
Yeah, Super Mario World.
Well, yeah.
And
I think that was...
No, there
was a few more.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What are all the launch titles for Super Nintendo?
Those were all the ones that I knew of that I got really quickly.
You spoiled brat, you got those like quick?
Yeah. But I never had an NES when I was little.
Oh, okay, so you got the catch up done.
It was weird, yeah.
You like went backwards by getting an NES after Super NES?
Yeah,
I wouldn't recommend playing Super Metroid than playing original. I'll tell you that much.
Probably depending on what my dad was smoking that day. He probably went to, I'm going to Toys R Us.
There we go.
Cool. Super Nintendo. Who knows?
It's got the word super in it. It can't be bad. Anything with super in it's bad. Like, supersize this, please.
It's a good documentary, by the way.
Yeah.
I watched that with Judy. It's always a good thing to watch to put yourself in check.
Adam Spurlock at his best.
You're like, oh man, I'm never gonna go there again. And then about 4 days later,
I had the reverse effect. After I saw that movie, I'm like, man, I feel like going to McDonald's. So I think McDonald's made money on that movie, in my opinion.
That's great.
I mean, I don't care what anybody says. They could be feeding me dog food. I need my Big Mac.
Bad publicity is good publicity.
That's right. McDonald's, I am definitely a #1 fan. What do you usually get when you get there, Kyle?
Oh, God. Well, Big Mac's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been to Minor Dun?
Yes, I've been to the Minor Dun.
It's like the salad burger at Minor Dun, because
I never got a salad burger.
Thousand Island.
I'm more of a Shoop's fan.
Oh, God, Shoop's.
I'll stick with Shoop's.
Oh.
I don't even know if people know what we're talking about.
Shoop's
is that a
incredible.
local thing? Or is Shoop's
Maybe,
everywhere?
But it's like, if no one has heard of it,
Yeah.
watching, it's kind of like Steak and Shake.
Yeah.
But like way better.
Yeah, it's Steak and Shake with bigger burgers than Steak and Shake.
It's like a steak burger. Like.
Yeah, it's Shoop's. They're a little bit thinner, the burgers, because they like really press them to make them like large, make them larger.
To make them stick out of the bun.
Yeah, stick out of the bun.
Because they do like have that wide circumference.
Yeah, but they got a real tasty flavor to them. And I usually get the Mickey there, which just basically is a fancy way of a cheeseburger. So that's what I recommend there.
You know the story with the Mickey?
No.
My buddy that I went to high school with, his dad actually did work on the Munster Shoops.
Really?
And his name was Mickey, and he would always order it with double cheese.
Oh, so that's it. It's double cheese.
So they created it for him.
That's pretty cool.
Come on, man, you can catch up.
I want a burger named after me. Oh, man, you got that crazy item circle. I want to be around you. I'm going to slaughter everybody. Need to boost around that noise. Oh, and somebody bomb. Great. That's great. Regular Mario Kart terrorists leaving bombs everywhere. This is just too much going on. You got the subway. You got this railway. It's like, which way do you take?
Take the highway.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah. Now, I always thought it's funny when people are trying to get bad publicity, especially in fast food. It just reminds me, when's the last time I had that fast food and I usually want it? I'm like, yeah, I need to go there. They're like, oh, Little Caesars is killing people with bacon pizza. I need to try that.
It's a quick fix. It's definitely better than eating a microwave.
Oh, microwave magic. Ever get those? They're called microwave magic. I don't know what's magical about those things, other than getting violently ill afterwards. Only magic you're going to be making's in the bathroom. Those horrible things.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I made that bad mistake when I used to work at a grocery store. I'd buy a microwave magic for lunch. Yeah.
Dropping a deuce.
Yeah, that's not working well at all.
No white duker in the house.
Those things are so expensive because you got to call off work to pay for what you ate. Such an expensive burger. Oh, man. But there are the foods out there. Everybody likes some food that punishes them, and they still order it anyway. Hence White Castle.
Do you see this? You see the place I'm in right now?
Yeah, because Kyle's all over it talking about Shoops.
I want to eat.
Talking about the wrong topic.
I want to eat
I'm
Shoops.
struggling to get fifth. Oh, man. You got me hungry. That's what my weakness is playing this game.
Fucking Peach blew me out in the last second.
Oh, nice. Mario Kart robbery.
Second. What do those numbers mean anyway?
That you get points for each race, and then that adds up to the end for the whole Grand Prix.
No wonder mine's so low.
Yeah, you got to start adding up here. Hey, you keep getting first the next two, you'll be up on top of the board in no time.
This game's awesome, though.
No, it's just a fun, easy-going, kickback game, and the whole goal of this video is just to show people all the tracks. Usually for the people that don't want to spend the money maybe for the DLC, they can at least see what they're missing out on or be like, I'm glad I didn't buy that. Now, I will say the DLC before this was worth it. Yeah, the DLC before this one was F-Zero Mute City. This one's Big Blue, the second level.
So that's
they
why.
Redid, yeah.
Oh, it says right there.
Yeah, this one's Big Blue, I think. And it's got the same music.
Music, yes.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. We'll have to be quiet for the music.
All right.
Go. Now, if this music doesn't motivate you, Kyle, to get first, I don't know what music will.
I'm trying to figure out what to deal with that. So you can, like, eat people with that plant.
Yeah.
Weird. Little shop of horrors.
You gotta stay on the green and not the red tracks. With the red's pulling you back.
Sure. Now, if you get on the tracks like an F-Zero that
they'll charge you up with the
normally
coins.
heal you.
Yeah, right here, I think they charge up.
Okay, so it's like Sonic with the coins still.
Yep.
The more you get, faster.
Yeah.
Just adds to your ability or whatever.
I think it's overall top speed or something. Got so many bananas, you think that's Donkey Kong.
He's around somewhere.
Yeah, frick.
Makes it perfect though for the game.
Yeah.
To have bananas in there.
Yeah, that's funny. I don't know if they made an F-Zero for the regular Wii or not. I gotta look into that. Just because I haven't kept up with it since the original.
That's a good question. You know, I don't.
How was the N64? And you said you had that one, right?
Yeah.
Was that one good or bad?
Awesome, dude.
Was it 4 players also?
Yeah, I mastered the shit out of that one.
Really?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to play that one. Remind me for
That's great.
That'll be a good future one to try out because I don't know anything about that one. So that one you can own me on because I don't.
That's one of my favorite games for the 64.
Is it really fast? Does it keep up with the frame rate and stuff?
Oh god, yeah. It's probably the fastest one that I have.
Really?
For 64. But I think 64 kind of had that problem that Jaguar had. Like, no one knew how to program for it.
Well, fully utilize its potential.
Yeah, you could tell though. It just had that.
I think the only people that knew how was Nintendo.
Yeah, and by the time that maybe people did figure it out, it was long gone.
Yeah.
and people were on some other gig, you know.
No, Mario.
That was the thing with 64, and Dreamcast even, and Saturn, and...
Well, the Dreamcast got a short end of the stick. That it would have been nice if they didn't cancel it so soon. People were just starting to develop for it good.
It's like the Forsaken generation.
Yeah.
It really is.
It is. It's a shame. It's funny, you know what I was just reading the other day for Dreamcast? You know, like they make homebrews for NES and SNES?
Uh-huh.
They're awesome. A guy made like a shoot 'em up. I don't remember what it was called, but there's a homebrew shoot 'em up they made for the Dreamcast. It looks like awesome, the graphics and everything. That you can download and everything.
Yeah, there's some the Saturn shmups too. I mean, they're almost like arcade.
Arcade quality.
You know,
they're
amazing.
Definitely arcade quality.
Do you know what place I got last time?
I wouldn't even see what I got. I don't even know if do we get a trophy or do I get a pat on the back? We'll see. I'm gonna get a kick in the ass for how bad I did on these cups.
Does it tell you?
Just not on my game today.
I want to see if I did anything good.
Oh, I got that 7th there. I got 2 firsts. I mean, that's a great rating.
I guess I didn't get any of those.
What's that add up to though? And survey says you get a nice bronze trophy. Yep, 3rd. Well,
7th.
Silver medal, bronze medal. I see what direction I'm going in for tonight.
7th. I'm. It's not too bad.
Yeah, ain't bad for considering first time and inebriated.
Very.
That isn't exactly the best way to approach it, but. Basically, that's Mario Kart 8 and the new DLC pack. What's your overall consensus of it, Kyle?
It's great.
Is it worth $6? I think it costs.
Oh yeah, more than worth it. If I had the system, this would be one of the first that I would get.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty good.
And you can also pick it up and play it if you've played any of them.
Oh yeah, or
know.
even if you've never played this game, I think anybody can really pick up and play.
That's the other thing.
Non-threatening.
Yeah,
that's the key. So we're gonna leave on the non-threatening note and post some comments and let us know what you think of this DLC compared to the other Mario Karts. And we'll talk to you guys next time.
Yep, play it with your girl or your wife. Yeah.
There you go. Play with somebody. Take it easy.